AMC stock did not follow the overall broader market today as it did yesterday. And even though for the last few weeks, AMC stock has been trying to mimic and follow the trend and pattern of the overall market, well, it doesn't mean that it's going to a down path fall. It's going to go on a downtrend because today it didn't follow the overall market. But what I want to cover in this video, guys, is the fact that, well, I told you so. I'm sorry, but I told you that the whole Evergrande situation was not going to have an impact as told and spoken about and spread around in the AMC community. Why? Because first of all, I didn't see this to be a real problem. And the fact that the markets are up today shows that totally, because people stopped talking about Evergrande. Why? Because it wasn't an issue. It wasn't an issue for the US market. It wasn't an issue for the global markets. There was a risk, but the risk was more because people didn't even know what was happening and how it's going to be handled by the Chinese government, which now, for example, if you look at this news, Evergrande stock surges as debt deadline passes. It's not in the clear yet. So if the stock is surging, it's because people tend to have more clarity on what's going to happen in the near future with the stock, especially if the China China government is working at kind of mitigating this risk and working with banks behind the scenes to actually bail this company out. So it's not going to fall as people, were expecting to fall and causing this whole market crash that's going to lead into liquidations for the hedges involved into short selling AMC and thus causing the whole covering on those naked short and sending the price to the moon. Unfortunately, it's not happening. As a matter of fact, the markets are bouncing back because they have more clarity that it's going to be a non-issue pretty much. All right. So we have to be careful of the type of events that are happening in the markets. It's not anything happening in the markets. It's not every move. It's not every driver. It's not every market mover that is going to necessarily have an impact on the short squeeze, because sometimes there is just no link. And I know we're always trying to link things. We're always trying to find, correlations and non-correlations, but sometimes it's just what it is. So the thing is, they have not covered, all right? The short sellers are still doubling down and they are still in the play, thinking that it's going to go down to $3. So because of that, you just have to wait. They're playing a stalling game now, trying to think that they're going to win. But I think they have more to lose because they cannot sustain this going forward indefinitely. But we do have time. We do have time and we are not paying interest on our positions. And that's why, it doesn't really matter if it's at 40 today and 35 tomorrow and 30 next week. As long as they are not covering, the play is not changing. The whole ultimate goal, it's still intact. The whole play, it's still in, all right? And that's why we should focus our attention on.